Welcome back to installment number 3 of the perfect system. Yay! We finally get to take a look at the endings for the various tenses of the perfect system. Make sure to have your blue chart and green chart out in front of you. We're going to start by looking at the blue chart, which are the active voice verb inflections. Remember that the last time we were together, we wrote on the gray line that separates the perfect system from the present system, that below this line, use the base of the third principal part. So finally, we get to talk about the rules and the endings for conjugating verbs in the perfect, pluperfect, and future perfect tense. Let's start by talking about the endings for the perfect tense. This is also the last song that we're going to be learning this year. Much sadness, I know, as you're sitting there being so upset that you can't learn any more songs after this. But I think you'll like it. It's a good one. The endings for the perfect tense look like this. We have the letter I, which is a long I and is therefore pronounced E. The U singular ending is isti. The I on the end is also long, so it's pronounced as an E. And then we have it, imus, istis, and we end with arunt. The E on arunt is long, which is why it's pronounced arunt instead of arunt. So we have E, isti, it, imus, istis, arunt. Now, you may have already noticed that when you look at the perfect tense, first person singular and second person singular, you do not see the traditional O or M or S representing the subject ending. So this is a little different than what we've normally encountered. If, however, you remember the song and the order that the endings go in, you'll always remember that we go in the first, second, third person singular and then first, second, and third person plural order. So you should always be able to remember the endings. So I will say the ending and you say it after me just so you get a feel for it and can understand when the vowel sounds differently than the way it's spelled. E, isti, it, imus, istis, look at that, I misspelled it, istis, arunt. E, say it again, E, isti, it, imus, istis, arunt. Those are the perfect tense endings. The song is the same tune for learning to count to 10 when we learn to count 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indians. Except instead of counting Indians or Romans, we're going to be saying the perfect tense or singing the perfect tense endings. It sounds like this. E, isti, it, imus, istis, arunt. E, isti, it, imus, istis, arunt. E, isti, it, imus, istis, arunt is the perfect tense. You join in. E, isti, it, imus, istis, arunt. E, isti, it, imus, istis, arunt. E, isti, it, imus, istis, arunt is the perfect tense. One more time. E, isti, it, imus, istis, arunt. E, isti, it, imus, istis, arunt. E, isti, it, imus, istis, arunt is the perfect tense. Cool. I think you'll probably remember those if you can sing the song. If the song doesn't help you, then don't worry about the song. They're the flashcards and other traditional ways of memorizing things. But sometimes it's nice to have that little tune to help you distinguish it from the other tenses. Sample translations for the perfect tense. You can just use the simple past tense form of a verb by putting ed on it if that's how it forms its past tense. Of course, with a verb like love, that's how you form the past tense by adding ed, like loved. But sometimes, as with the verb give, The past tense is not gived, but gave. So the simple past tense. You can also write the perfect tense by using the helping verb has or have with the past participle form of the verb. So we say has or have verbed. Here again, if you're dealing with a verb like loved in English, you would say has or have loved, because that's the past participle. If you're dealing with the verb like give, you would say has or have given. The difference between has or have is simply what the subject is. You say I have, and you have, and we have, and they have, but you say he has, or she has, or it has loved. That's the only difference between the has and the have. So let's sing our song one more time. Ist die it, imus istis erunt. Ist die it, imus istis erunt. Ist die it, imus istis erunt is the perfect tense. Cool. So at this point in time, you can go into your Moodle course, and there in the module for the perfect tense, you will be able to find flashcards for perfect tense endings, and when you open those up, you can use those to practice the endings. There are just 6 of them, so this is really just about practicing the endings and making sure that you are able to write them. This is actually, because it's just 6 and they're all different, this is really good for space race or scatter, which we don't usually get to use. So this is nice for both of those. When you feel that you have mastered the perfect tense endings, you can come back and learn about the pluperfect tense endings.